The road to Russia 2018 is underway, I guess, because the draw was made, and my God, look at my face.
It's got to be fixed, right? Like, there's no actual, like, oh, we're picking this out of a hat. Or there's ping pong balls. No. This is like, they did this on purpose.
Exactly. Well, it's not on purpose,
because there's two specific matchups.
Fate.
It's fate, my ass.
Fate wanted to put this hat together.
What happened? Tell the people what happened.
There is some huge games that are going to come up in the qualifying
stage. Right, the Republic of Ireland is facing Northern Ireland, right? Is that it? Is that the big one? No? No, okay. Portugal is facing...
Another country? Do you need another European? This is a CONCACAF, so they're not going to play each other.
Portugal's facing someone in Europe. Is that it?
Okay, so on top of him ruining the suspense there, I was building up for a huge...
The United States...
Put it in. This is all I need to put in there. Can we put in, not this, this is something I want to put in with my power of editing. Throw Mel Gibson shouting freedom.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
So that should speak volumes of what's happening. England versus Scotland. And I'm not going to be the first person to jump on board. Oh, William Wallace hated the English. I'm going to hate the English. A lot of my best friends are from England, but when it comes to football, you have to just jump on board with this passion.
When's the last time England played Scotland?
They played each other recently.
In an actual match that had weight.
I believe it was...
Substance.
No, it's not that far.
Because this is like World Cup qualifying. There's something on the line. There's a World Cup bid.
Yeah, they played it about 10 or 15 years ago. They played each other competitively.
How many people lived?
There was some bloodshed. Don't get me wrong. There was some bloodshed. So, all right, let me go through the group stages. We'll start off with what we just mentioned there. England and Scotland are drawing in a group together, which is, hands down, probably the best draw Scotland has had in a while. I tell you that for a World Cup qualifying group. England, Slovakia, Scotland, Slovenia, Lithuania, and Malta. Group F is the one I'm drawn to straight away.
Good shot at making it out.
Yeah, Scotland have had horrible groups in the past. Even this one for the Euros is horrible. You've got Germany, you've got Poland, you've got Republic of Ireland. Hard teams to beat and only 2 goes through. This is mouthwatering to me because Scotland can beat everyone in this group. And I say that fully aware that England are in there. But when it comes to a one-off game, they can beat them.
Do you see what I'm saying by, like, when you look at these World Cup draws, and I don't know if there's a seeding to it or not, but, like, look, Netherlands and France, obviously infinitely better than Sweden, Bulgaria, Belarus, and Luxembourg combined. Portugal and Switzerland, much better than Hungary, the islands, Latvia, Andorra combined. Like, and you have Wales drawn against, I'm sorry, it was Wales against Ireland, which is big. Yeah. But you can see, obviously which two teams from every single group are going to go through. It's very obvious. Why don't they make it more difficult?
How much have you did some research on this before?
Yes, I have.
The bigger teams go out all the time.
Yes,
because they always go out.
Yes, because Netherlands is going to lose to Belarus. No offense to our editor, I think
they can. Belarus. They have done it before. Big teams have fallen before World Cup qualifiers. It's not predictable. I'm telling you this right now because Europe, you have all of these good teams in the one group, so you're going to get some of the giants drawn together.
Pick me one upset, one big upset.
Go back to that.
Pick one.
Really quick.
I want to see one big upset.
I can tell you right now that
I'm feeling Kazakhstan.
That Germany could easily lose to Northern Ireland. Scotland almost beat Germany. Poland just beat Germany.
Shit.
In the Euros. It happens. It does happen. And no, don't get me wrong, Germany will still qualify. But San Marino will not beat Germany.
How did one of the United States southern states, Georgia, sneak into Group D? Terrible joke?
No, I'll give you that one. It landed pretty well. But so let me talk about some of the giants. Obviously, Netherlands versus France is huge. And I will say that Sweden, combined with Bulgaria, are better than Netherlands and France. So Sweden are a good team.
Yeah, they do have this lot. They have
these Zlatan. When they had him last time, they were better. Can we keep that up so I can take a look through further ones? So Portugal, Switzerland, Hungary, Faroe Islands, Latvia, and Andorra. Portugal for me and Switzerland are the two to go through. In this next group, Germany, Czech Republic, Northern Ireland,
actually,
Norway. It's hard.
That's actually a tough group.
Northern Ireland could definitely in with a shout. Czech Republic is obviously a hard team. They're always good. Germany are the favourites to go through. Group D, Wales fans are delighted, they say, with this group. Wales versus Republic of Ireland will be a great game.
Bale's fans?
Especially the way that Wales have been playing recently. Group E, Romania, Denmark, Poland, another hard group. England, Slovakia, Scotland, I said, the best for me. And in Group G are clearly one of the standouts. Spain and Italy drawn with each other. In that group, I will agree, Jason. Albania, Israel, Macedonia, and Liechtenstein. There's just no way that any of those teams compete with Spain and Italy in that group. That's the most one-sided group out of all of them. The next one is another fantastic group. Belgium, Bosnia, Greece. Greece have got this ability to just always be there or thereabouts. They won the Euros a few years ago. They're always there when it comes to the World Cup. They're a hard team to put out.
There might not be a Greece in 2018.
You never know. Bosnia are a good team, but I guarantee that Greece are going to put up a fight right there. And you're saying there might not be a Greece.
There might not be, like, economically, there might not be a Greece.
And then the final group, Croatia, Iceland, Ukraine, Turkey, and Finland. So
Let's go Iceland.
it gets me excited. And this is obviously all the World Cup areas, I guess, in the continents of the world were drawn. We have the CONCACAF drawn. We have Africa in terms of the teams that are involved in those countries drawn. But Europe, to me, just always is going to stand out.
Well, that was my big question and again, we're really focusing for the World Cup draw on Europe, and I wanted to ask you, how does South America draw work? How does that...
The way with South America is the top 4 automatically qualify. So you have so many of those teams put in together, right? So you have Colombia, Chile, Paraguay, Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, Peru, and Uruguay. It rarely differs between those teams because you're always going to have the prominent South American
You're going to
teams.
always have pretty much Argentina, Brazil, Colombia. I guess, there's teams that just don't make the cut. There's a lot of good teams in South America.
Yeah, there is. And sometimes you just don't, it really depends on which teams in terms of, this is where the rankings come into play, which teams are going to be able to make it able to qualify into the World Cup. So in terms of overall qualifying for the World Cup, it's a little more complicated than people think. That's why I go to Europe, because it's
a little more complicated? Yeah.
I mean,
I watched and followed this World Cup draw, and after reading through BBC, Sky Sports, all the sources that actually hold weight in terms of European football, it makes still somewhat no sense to me. But I will learn. Don't worry. I have a few years to get prepared.
Well, in the USA, we have to talk about the USA. For
well, they're drawn. I mean, I would say after the Gold Cup, I'm a little worried just because, they can't beat anybody.
You might need to play St. Vincent or the Grenadines or Aruba. And then you have to play Antigua or Barbuda
here's
or
what
Guatemala.
Here's what I will tell you about the CONCACAF. By far, some of the most beautiful places to go vacation. Aruba,
Way
Antigua,
to pick out the positive, Jason.
Even Guatemala is not bad. Costa Rica is a beautiful country. Jamaica, are you kidding me? Come on.
I mean, they might be able to qualify on aesthetic appearance. That's how Sepp Blatter sets it up, I think, is if that country looks good and I can throw some money in there and build some hotels, put them in.
Don't you hate on palm trees.
Put them in it.
Don't you hate on palm trees.
So you were just kind of laughing at Europe and how they're both all one-sided. Look at this. You're trying to tell me that Caracas or El Salvador, Canada or Belize are going to be able to compete against Mexico? Nah. Mexico, don't get me wrong, Honduras will probably lose.
Nah.
That's a straight nah. Look at Group C. Trinidad and Tobago, USA, St. Vincent or the Grenadines, they have to play players
it's
to get
St. Vincent and Grenadines / Aruba.
So that's why I don't even know, because there's countries there with 3 names that are in the one country. But it is, and then you've got Oceania, which is even worse. And I'm saying this in full confidence that I know that Australia and New Zealand are getting better as countries, but look at who you're competing against.
Also some beautiful places.
Islands.
Fiji, Solomon Islands, Tahiti.
So don't be hating on Europe,
I'm judging these solely off. I'm not hating on Europe. It just makes no sense at all.
If you hate on Europe, I'm going to put you to Oceania, and you could probably get a game for the Cook Islands.
If you're going to send me to Oceania, I'm totally taking Fiji. Let's go to Fiji.
You could probably play on their team.
Yeah?
I
played it real quick. I played intramural soccer, because we call it soccer here in the United States, but football in school, and I played defense. I was a defender. And all my friends that I played with always told me, is like, if the ball comes to you, you are so inept at this game. Just kick it as far as you can the other direction, which even led to an assist once.
Do you know what I can never understand? So why do you guys say defense? Why when they're announcing like major political people, like this guy is the Secretary of Defense? Why is it the Secretary of Defense?
I don't
Answer me these questions, America.
You always ask me these really difficult, open-ended questions, Francis. I don't know what to say.
Well, I just need to know, is like, why do you shout defense at the top of your lungs, but everyone's like the Ministry of Defense?
Syllables. D-defense.
Okay, so would you not be any? How much more intimidating would your Ministry of Defense be?
Do you know how the chant works?
Ministry of Defense.
Ministry of Defense. This is not Harry Potter. This is not Harry Potter, Francis. The Ministry. This is the Minister of Magic and the Minister of Defense. Also, by the way, the one thing I did want to point out was a very odd bromance was started at this World Cup draw. It probably has been going on for a few years. We have some pictures of the bromance of the year 2015. Ew. Sepp Blatter and Putin doing this. Like, why is this a thing? That's weird to me. That's very strange. They even matched their suits, like straight down to their tailor. And of course, that's my favorite Sepp Blatter picture, because he's obviously like queuing into his people.
Lucifer tailors both of their suits.
Did the wire transfer go through? Okay, cool. Am I still president of this organization? I am? Okay, good.
This is what happens when the devil makes both of you.
Well, my whole thing is that
the devil literally wears Prada.
My feeling about this, before we wrap up, is that when Sepp Blatter steps off the game, what is it called in Game of Thrones? The Iron Throne. God, I'm an idiot. When Sepp Blatter steps off the Iron Throne at FIFA, he's going to go sneak into Russia and hang out with Putin for the rest of his life, because that might be the only place he's safe.
I don't think he'll need to sneak in. Putin
No?
will welcome him with open arms and take him into
Yeah, so
to
will the
their
people of
country.
Russia, because they got a whole World Cup.
Coming up. They've got a whole World Cup coming up. They've
Yeah.
got a lot to thank
A
him
whole
for.
one.
But
A whole one.
I was like trying to think of comparisons, like of two really evil people. I was trying to think. I didn't want to go very political and start like dropping Hitler bombs and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
jeez. What do you
I
like,
di-
Hitler and Goebbels?
I didn't want to be like, oh, Hitler and Saddam Hussein like hung out with each other. That's what it looked like. But that was a little too
not
harsh.
terrible.
Maybe if like who's two make believe
Why don't you
characters?
just go-
If
why
the
don't- why
Penguin
don't
and the
you-
Joker hung out,
Why don't you stick to just the Harry Potter references and go with...
Voldemort and Lucius Malfoy.
yeah, there you go.
Very good. My Harry Potter knowledge comes through once again. But we want to know what you guys think of the World Cup draw. Let me know in the comments section below. Who do you
Explain to me what the
fancy
fuck it
to
means.
qualify from these groups? And as always, get your tartan flags ready as we begin to take on England.
Tartan?
Tasty.
Tartan?
Tartan.
Tartan.
The Tartan Army.
I know nothing about the UK.
It's about Scotland, so you're wrong again.